Tonight on The Edge, allegations of a sexual predator inside several local schools. He's a longtime music teacher now facing charges for sexually assaulting at least 5 students. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has more on this disturbing story.
It's absolutely shocking, not expected at all.
Neighbors along Marigold Street in Southfield say they are floored by allegations that their former neighbor, ex-Southfield Public Schools music teacher Lamar Willis, committed sex crimes involving 5 children. Criminal charges have been filed, and neighbors say he recently disappeared.
Lamar moved out probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago. He was on the board with our HOA. He knew every single person in the whole neighborhood. Everyone knew him.
Willis is facing 4 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct and 3 counts of accosting a child for immoral purposes, according to court records, which also say one of the victims was under 13 years old and that the alleged incidents all happened between 2022 and early 2023. This letter issued by Southfield Public Schools says the district issued an immediate suspension and launched an internal investigation this past March after school officials learned of the allegations. It says Willis resigned in June and has had no known contact with district students or staff since.
I know he ran piano lessons out of his home for quite some time, so you see a lot of different families coming and going a lot, and so it's very shocking. You know, I guess you don't know what's going on, you know, beside someone's door, but it's very surprising.
This video on a LinkedIn page for Willis shows him playing piano with the caption asking people to book lessons with him. The LinkedIn also says he spent more than 21 years with Cranbrook Schools, as well as more recent time with the Detroit Public Schools Community District. The Detroit District says Willis was placed on administrative leave on December 15th once they learned about the charges.
Always gave the demeanor of the nicest guy.
Fox 2 reached out to Lamar Willis's attorney for a reaction to the charges. His attorney said they have no comment at this time. Now, Willis was a teacher at MacArthur K-8 Academy in Lathrop Village. Police say they interviewed as many as 15 young people to get leads in this case. Willis was charged, actually arraigned on December 18th. He's facing a $15,000 personal bond and cannot go within 100 feet of any school or have contact with any children. In Southfield, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Hazel Park honors a fallen hero. Tonight, Hazel Park firefighters raised an American flag over northbound I-75 as the remains of Sergeant Matthew Bilski returned home. The Marine was killed earlier this month during a training accident in California. The 23-year-old was a graduate of Hazel Park High School. He was described as respectful and kind by those who knew him. Well, redistricting drama does continue tonight, a week after a federal ruling ordered the redrawing of 13 state House and Senate districts. The Redistricting Commission met to appeal the ruling, but no vote was taken.
Those who were opposed to filing an appeal spoke out about it before the commission voted to go into a closed meeting.
I'm going to let the public know my opinion on it transparently. I am adamantly against appealing it. I think the court got the ruling right.
That was Commissioner Rhonda Lang voicing her opposition. She was joined by Commissioner Erin Wagner in her opinion. Both women were no-shows after the commission voted to go into a closed meeting. Both said they had family emergencies. Without their presence for a vote, the panel did not have enough people to appeal the federal redistricting ruling to the Supreme Court.
I think you may want to reach out to each of them to let them understand the consequences of what they're doing. If it is intentional, as it appears.
The missing of the meetings in this particular case prevents the very business that they express that they want to get done.
A third commissioner, attorney Rebecca Zitella, said she was unable to return to the meeting because of a work deadline. If one of the 3 commissioners attended, a vote could have been taken. Without an appeal or a stay on last week's order, the commission is required to appear in court as soon as tomorrow to discuss whether a special master should help with the redraw. The clock is ticking with the upcoming election cycle.
Well, another big political story tonight. Former President Trump is back on the Colorado ballot, but he was kicked off the ballot in another state. The Secretary of State in Maine used the Constitution's insurrection clause to remove Trump from the ballot. This is the first time an election official took action on the ballot issue. The Trump campaign says it would appeal to Maine's state courts. Meantime, Colorado Secretary of State says Trump will remain on the ballot unless the Supreme Court affirms the lower court's ruling or decides not to take up the case by January 5th. Well, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel fed up by data breaches at major medical systems in Michigan.
She's now calling out Corewell Health for waiting to alert patients and the state.
This is over 1 million Michigan residents. Yeah, I'm incredibly concerned. And in both cases, you know, they didn't alert our department, didn't alert their own customers until 6 months later.
Nessel is calling for change. She says Michigan's Consumer Protection Act is one of the weakest in the country, and she's calling on the legislature to protect its citizens.
There's 34 states in the country that require companies to ensure that, again, not only are they properly protecting the data, but they're letting the Department of Attorney General know, and they're letting their customers know when that data has been breached. We don't have that here in Michigan.
Consequences could involve fines. Corewell Health recently announced its second security breach. Nessel is calling on state lawmakers to get on this issue as soon as possible.
All right, my friends, I was actually down south for Christmas, and the weather was only like 10 degrees warmer there
Isn't that crazy?
than it is here. It's just nuts. The weather's been crazy in this town.
Yeah, another kind of gloomy, soupy day. We've been saying it all week, Rich.
I'm getting those dirty looks out in the newsroom, you know, this dreary pattern we've been in, thanks to low pressure spinning off to our west. Now, if you look close, there is some snow in parts of Illinois, Missouri, parts of Iowa today. Wet snow fell well west of Chicago. But for us, being on the warm side of this system, it's been on again, off again, light rain. And that is the case at the present hour. You can still see some rain over southern Michigan. There's that snow, again, well to the west of Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, live pictures looking good there with some of the colors of the season. Temperatures on the mild side in Chicago at 43. Let's take a look at Sky Tracker, and you can see there are light rain showers out along I-96 through Livingston County. Some light showers up along M59 just to the west of Pontiac, and also downtown some very light showers. It's kind of gloomy, and this pattern is going to stick around for another 24 hours, but by Saturday it's all going to get out of here, and you'll see it coming up in the forecast. 45, 41, your official high and low today, way above where we should be. Look at the record cold on this day, 1924, -4 out there right now. 41 Metro, Pontiac 42. There's some wet weather around Howe at 41 degrees. Temperatures in the mid-40s for Mount Clemens and Port Huron. 41 Windsor, 41 to our west in Jackson. There is a breeze picking up just a bit from the south and west, but certainly it's cool out there, but not terribly cold. 34 in Marquette, 40 in Chicago, 38 Cincy. Off to our east, 43s for Pittsburgh and for Buffalo. Watch what happens as low pressure finally starts to peel away to the south and east. That'll be tomorrow night. By the weekend, it is going to be a bit cooler, but we're going to dry things out. And with Saturday coming, we have some chances for some splashes of sunshine. For the rest of tonight, light showers, areas of fog down to 38. Tomorrow, back to 43 with some more light showers coming and going on Friday. We do dry out for the weekend. And how about New Year's Day? That's Monday, chilly with a mix of sun and clouds and 36, but still, Roop and Jessica, no big storms coming our way. We'll take it and we'll check it for you at 4 a.m.
All right, Rich. Well, I still can't believe I'm about to say this, but for the first time in decades, the Lions have a shot at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's just a great feeling, and a lot of you are saying, don't say that out loud. Don't
knock on something.
All right, a 130-year-old superfan, though, tells us he's never seen the team look like this. Fox News' Lauren Edwards has more from a very patient centenarian.
Well, it's been so long since we've had a winning team that I'm very, very excited, and I'm just hoping they're going to go a lot further now.
John Jones, known as Jack, ecstatic that the Detroit Lions have finally been crowned NFC North champs. He's been waiting to see this his entire life, 103 years.
I think the front office and Dan Campbell did a great job in the draft, and they picked up some free agent players, and they've just put that winning aspect into their team this year.
This great-grandfather of 11 kids is happy to be around to see it. He remembers watching them play the Chicago Bears on a very cold day back in the 1960s.
Back when the Lions played at Tiger Stadium, and that's many, many years ago.
He's watched season after season and kept the faith no matter the outcome.
Every year, at the beginning of the year, we were always getting hyped up about the change they made and how good they were going to do. And after the first 3 or 4 games, we knew that that wasn't happening. And this year's different.
He says he knew this year was going to be different because of how they played last season.
Last year, when they finished the season with 6 wins out of 7 games, I knew they were going to have a good year this year.
And they did. Now he's hoping for a Super Bowl win, and he's ready to celebrate. So you're going to be out there partying with everyone else?
I'm going to try. I don't move around much anymore, but...
So these streets outside of Ford Field will be filled with thousands of fans that Jack says he'd be partying with should there be a Super Bowl win in the Lions' future. And one fan we spoke with says that he's hoping for a Super Bowl win as well, and he's already riding in style.
There's like, you nailed it. How did you know? I'm like, I don't know if I knew, but I had a really good inclination of it.
Terry Corrigan, proud to be driving around town these days with this license plate.
I took a lot of razzing when I first got the plate, too, because everybody said they'll never be anything. They'll be the same old Lions.
That was back in April 2023. So when the Lions beat the Vikings to become NFC North champs for the first time in 30 years, they proved many wrong. And Corrigan had the last laugh.
About April, I was going to renew the plates, and I said, you know what? I think I want to do this different.
After the Lions win, his son took a picture of him and the license plate. He posted it on social media, and it went viral.
He goes, you got 14,000 likes or whatever in a day. And I went, is that good? I don't know.
Now he's hoping he can change his license plate once more.
I would love a Super Bowl. I would love a Super Bowl for the Detroit Lions. But I feel like they've got a great milestone here. And if they give us a Super Bowl, even better.
Lauren Edwards on The Edge.